Welcome back, everybody. Are you guys traveling to the jailhouse?
Very soon. I'd just like
Yeah,
to get a mask and a big cloak first. Is there anywhere I could like make a mask, or does anyone in the party have an idea of how I could cover my face in
You
case I
could
need
you
to
could
go play
always
a
buy from the
bandit?
market. There's a lot of colors, a lot of designs. You could get a hood, a
I can
Yes.
help
mask.
put some copper towards some plain cloaks. I got a disguise kit if anybody wants to kind of make their face look a little bit different.
Uh,
Hold on
I'm
a
gonna wear
second.
a full. I'm gonna wear a mask if I'm being a bandit. Yeah. I'm gonna try and buy a mask, like anything that would cover my face and like a head mask or something I could wear
Anyone
that
that
could
wants to
steal
buy a
away.
mask or a hood, just add that to your inventory under equipment,
Oh,
and it'll cost you one silver piece.
sweet.
Okay, anyone that wants the disguise. If anyone is not getting disguised in this criminal activity, please let me know. Okay, so everybody
So
should be spending.
Anyone is not disguised.
I'm gonna wear a big
Disguise
ass
kit. Disguise
robe
kit
and
makes
like.
it so that
Oh,
you still need to buy the materials, but you have a better disguise, Stone Blackwell. Let me know when you
my
guys
idea
are.
is just to
That
completely
copper.
cover up so I don't have anything showing that could give me away, even if it looks completely silly. That's my
And
plan.
did you disguise your horse as well?
Oh, that's true. Oh no, I think man, it might be worth buying a loner horse for this one, because they might recognize my horse. I would like to try to disguise my horse.
Well, I
What's an
got a
idea?
bedroll in my bag. What if we just throw that over most of the saddle? We can use some extra rope to tie it all up.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, you could do
Okay,
that.
what if they're like? What about using like making some like impromptu like crappy horse cover with like out of just not
Let's
increased
see.
armor class, just
Yeah,
Three,
like
yeah.
out of like
For
a
your horse, just
big
say, we'll
steed
just
or
add one
something.
silver piece on top, and we'll say that you disguise him with cloth and perfume and
All right.
lipstick and all this
Yep.
stuff.
Nobody will smell my horse coming. Awesome. All right. I'll
yep,
deduct the
three
silver.
resilience. My
And
experimental
after that, I'm
elixir
all set.
is
I'm ready to go
useless.
to the jail.
Anyone else want to do anything
Same.
before you head out?
No, I don't think so. Not Cypher at least.
Okay.
Although I'm not the would a druidic wild shape be on the list of magic that the Inquisition could detect? He casts no spell, says no incantation. He simply is something else.
It how do I say this? It isn't. You don't know much about the Inquisition. They're a secretive bunch. When they pay you a
Yeah,
visit,
I know
you
that's
don't come back alive. So,
so
No.
they just black bag you.
so they like yeah, you don't.
They're the
Those people
FBI or
aren't
something.
heard from again.
CIA.
As you are traveling on the road, you see golden wheat fields and lush gardens with red and blue fruits in the distance. This is your country, as it should be, peaceful, vibrant, and comfortable. This farmland is the heart of Ventus and provides much of the foodstuffs for the cities. As you draw closer, you notice that something is wrong. A path of destruction has carved its way through these sacred fields. It has all the telltale signs of being made by a pack of xenomorphs. It looks like the
Oh
xenomorphs
no.
found a way through Red Larch after your party killed the soldiers guarding the crossroads when you fought Portobello.
Oh no.
Well,
What do you
now
This
we
do?
is
have
like
to
some
hunt them
farmland
down.
outside Red Larch.
You are traveling from Red Larch to the jailhouse by the City of Glass. Now, party
And
leader,
this
you're
is
gonna.
like a
This is
this is a farm along the way.
along the road. Farms. These are farms alongside the road as you're traveling from Red Larch to the City of Glass.
Okay.
Now, this is a decision for everybody, but also the party leader on what you're gonna do. Because if you
We have
track
to
down these
deviate.
xenomorphs, it might delay you past the deadline that was set for Zarra.
Hold on. Let's see here. just gotta check something real quick.
If we gain ground on the Xenomorphs, I'm okay with missing out on this quest with Zarra, by the way. That's Gilmax's take.
Wouldn't hurt to spend a day or two investigating, or at least a couple hours. Perhaps we'll find something
Indeed.
quickly and be able to do both.
Yeah, because in reality, our best case scenario, we're in and out of that prison complex in less than a day. If we're spending more than a day or 2 days there, we've been caught and there was no point. We didn't succeed anyway.
Okay. As you look around, who would like to do, I think it's either survival, if you want to track the Xenomorphs, it's investigation if you want to take a look at the farms and the farmland. It's, pick your
I'm gonna
skill.
I'm gonna look around the farmhouse and like go get off my horse and open doors and look inside and shout, "Anyone okay?" And try to find any signs of survivors or like evidence of anything unusual.
Okay. You don't see any
I'll do the
farmers.
same.
You don't need to roll a skill check. Are you investigating the farms and farmland?
Yes, I
I'm
am.
investigating.
All right, roll the investigation then, whoever's doing that.
I think you should let me handle that. Just
Yeah, I'll let you handle it. I'll
Okay.
just help. I'll be your assistant.
The damage we can see. Can I determine what type of Xenomorphs this might have been from the destruction they've left behind?
Yeah, that'd be survival or nature. One of those. It'd be probably survival or nature is the skills to identify the creature. Most likely nature.
Nature.
Do I have any other additional? Nope,
Yeah.
no, I don't have any additionals.
Yeah,
that's it.
Cypher, looking through the investigation check, you can tell that the farmers that were here, they fled. And they ran away into the forest.
Oh, okay. So
Where
the farmers
the trail
themselves,
of Xenomorphs are kind of leading that way as well.
the farmers themselves fled. The Xenomorphs are following them. We need to hurry. We need to put the
Yeah.
pedal to the metal.
And Kenneth, you can tell
whatever
that
means.
this is a type of Xenomorph you've never seen before.
Yeah, it's something new. I don't know what it is, but it's not like what we fought in the caves.
I'm gonna send my homunculus servant up into the air. I'm gonna have it start immediately following the trail. It doesn't have a range limitation for how far it can operate for me, so I'll just have it go ahead, just so that we don't get ambushed as we're attempting to, follow the trail. It doesn't need to be on the map. I don't think it's gonna do much in this combat yet, but
your homunculus spots in the distance, hiding in one of the trees, 4 wood elf farmers. They're the ones that created the tracks.
All right. I'll inform my party of what the homunculus sees. See here, and I'll begin moving towards the tree.
I'm saddling up and I'm just gonna ride in that direction. I've currently got my cloak and mask and horse blanket all in a saddlebag, so I'm just wearing my normal gear at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay, you approach, and as they see you, they wave. Hi, my name is Leafwind. I farm these lands here, and a terrible monster, these pack of 5 black, gnarly, large, horse-like creatures came and just shredded our farm. They chased us over here. We climbed the tree, and they seemed to lose interest in us, and they melted away to the north. But can you bring us to the City of Glass? We need to get to safety.
Damn. They went back north.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Damn.
Cypher.
I can show you what they look. I can kind of describe what they look like, and the wood elf kind of describes what the Xenomorphs look like, so you guys kind of get an idea of what they look like here.
Oh, is this the? This is the base one. Okay. I'm going to spend 10 minutes as a ritual casting Skywrite. Basically, I want every farmer, garrison of troops, soldiers, whatnot, to have a warning.
Okay.
I think Skywrite has
Nice.
a range of around 10 miles. I'm not sure, either 10 or 20.
Oh, jeepers.
All right. Yeah, you got it. You write Skywrite, and the farmers are alerted. But and any garrison that is available will be alerted, if there are any.
These things do not typically travel without their little buddies.
Indeed, they do not. Which is why
I'm gonna
I'm
look
giving
at the
warning.
farmers. None of you were assaulted personally by these creatures, were you?
No. We ran
Might
up
be able
here
to-
into the tree, and they surrounded us, and then they lost interest and they left. But before that, we were just farming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back and recheck those houses to see if there are any more any of the little spidery friends waiting for them to try to come
All
back
right.
down.
Investigation at disadvantage.
Alrighty.
No, Mortimer's helping him.
Sorry, guys. It will be at disadvantage.
Chaos wants to,
Unless
as they're
you're
kind of
standing
getting down
guard.
out of the tree, if he can just go ahead. I know you guys said you're okay, but I'd like to go ahead and check you over, make sure there's
All right. Medicine check.
no too many bumps or
You
scratches.
don't spot any. Any eggs, any webs, any sign of the xenomorphs at the houses or farms or barns. Using your medicine check, they don't seem to have any embryos in them.
Hey, look, Clear, I'm not sure how much more time we can be wasting if we know those things are to the north.
Yes, I'm afraid, well, we'd quite like to escort you all the way to the City of Glass. I'm afraid that's not in our timetable. We are hunters, have to slay those creatures, or at least make sure they're not off to terrorize more folks. I bid you safety, but we must be going.
So, are you the party leader, Rameshan?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that.
But I will agree with them. I will agree with Ramishton. While you four are certainly innocent of this whole endeavor, we can't leave them to go and terrorize an unknown number of others. We have to put them down.
Okay.
It's just not something that we can compromise on.
All right. So you leave the farmers behind. You're tracking the xenomorphs. Is that correct?
Yes.
I think so.
We should do that.
Who's the party leader?
My wisdom is -1. Someone
That's
else should do
me.
it.
All right. So you're making that call. All right.
Yep.
So the trail is pretty easy to follow. It's not, doesn't require a survival check, which is tracking. So you track them north, on and on and on. Oops. We go to the maps. And it takes you kind of sideways.
If it takes more than a day, then I'm going to talk about, like, maybe we should turn around.
Yeah, so you track it for about let's say a day. And then Ramishton brings up that point. Okay. Now what do you do?
Right. We've been moving through the woods all day long. It's now nighttime, or did a night pass, and it's now the morning
It's
the next
now
day?
nighttime.
Okay. We've been tracking all day and found nothing. I think we risk abandoning our mission if we continue on this course. What would we gain from finding them anyway?
We'd put them down before they could cause more chaos. I am no.
Does anyone want to check how cold the trail is?
Yeah, I will
Yes.
check.
All right. So it's pretty easy to tell that the trail is at least 1 day old. So it'd take you about a day to catch them if they were standing still. And the trail is heading north.
Okay, so about a day to catch them, and how long would it take to get back to the jailhouse?
Well, it takes a day to get to the jail, and you have 2 days left.
So it would take a day to catch them and a day to get to the jail.
It would
So by
take
the
a day
time
to
we
catch
arrive at the
them.
jail-
It'd take a day to catch them if they were standing still.
And then we'd still
Damn.
have to worry about retracing our steps to head towards the jail. I think that if we continue, our mission to rescue that man is, well, overdue, to say the least.
Damn.
This is a choice.
I always try to do the right thing, but we're not even guaranteed to catch them. If we're putting it to a vote, I'd say we reverse our course. We might be able to pick up the trail again, maybe once we've freed the deal that we've already made. Like I said, I try to keep my word. I've agreed to help Zarra, and so that's what I'm gonna try to do. I will, however, cast Skywrite again, ritual, to inform anyone that was attempting to. Well, that was attempting to help us, that was attempting to track them via their own means, of their location, of their former location, and the direction they seem to be heading in. Just
Gotcha.
as a ritual.
Okay. You got it. Message has been sent into the air.
What's the range on that?
I hope all this casting large amounts of magic into the air isn't going to attract the attention of the Inquisition. Like, surely a noble wouldn't send them after us.
Well, in truth, this sort of casting is not illegal, especially since I am attempting to aid the citizens of our nation. But regardless, this type of magic can be casted from anywhere within a simply massive range, and so it's not exactly like it's sightline from anywhere within the horizon. It can be casted from. So I highly doubt they'd be able to use it to pinpoint our location.
Nonetheless, I'm tired from a day of traveling. I would like to bed down, even if it is among the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys have an
Indeed.
uneventful night. Nothing happens. It's the morning
Sweet.
of the third day. What do you do?
Jailbreak time.
Jailbreak time.
Okay.
We
You
gotta
travel
move.
to the jailhouse. Let me show you what you see.
I'm putting on my rusted iron mask, a ghoulish thing made of metal, and covering my armor in a big-ass cloak, and my horse in a blanket with eye holes cut.
I doff my well-polished armors and put on the robes and rags of a brigand.
Nice.
So, Cypher, you have enhanced defense and you have the homunculus. Those are the two infusions you have.
The two infusions I have currently are the not enhanced defense. I'm not gonna be wearing that armor anyway, since I need to, disguise myself.
Got it.
I have the bag of holding and the homunculus.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, you guys are in front of Foxtrot Prison. At last you arrive at Foxtrot Prison. This is a small countryside prison for criminals and smugglers that are found between Red Larch and the City of Glass. The front building has a 10 feet high metal fence with spear tips along the top. All the windows are barred with steel bars in a checkerboard pattern and a dull gray glass pane. The walls of the prison are made of solid granite stone.
Are there like trees a distance away from it, like on the edge of? Is it in like a
Yeah,
valley or
there are
field?
trees. It's mostly just farmland beside it, so there's not much trees, so it's pretty exposed.
Okay. I guess I'd probably want to observe it from a fair distance away.
Okay.
If there isn't any cover nearby.
Yep, no cover. There is
I'd
a
say-
road that goes by the prison, which you guys are on.
Righteous. Before we get too close, I tell my companions, my cloak is very large, so I've got, even though I'm not super tall, I'm kind of like wide now, and I've got this scary mask on, and my horse is covered up. I look like an absolute goon. I'm afraid that if I were to approach the prison dressed like this, I might arouse suspicion. Don't you think? Perhaps someone else could do reconnaissance? Or are we going to... Shall I distract them? I could get their attention and try to ride away if that would be helpful.
If they are at all competent, they will be focused on defense. Chasing you will be the least of their worries. So just a moment. What is the link? What is the... It's touch. It's touch. It's touch. Okay.
What?
That's funny. Just as a what's it called? As a flavor thing, during our long rest, I will reconfigure my homunculus from a bird into a rodent.
Okay.
Just
Sure.
as a taste thing, so that because a bird flying into prison was is kind of
All right. Homunculus servant
vicious.
is now a rodent. Done. I'm not going to change his art, but,
Beautiful.
you know, he's a rodent.
Yeah, I understand that. And let's see here. Acid arrow, flaming spear, alter self. Arcane lock. Nope, there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, it's gonna be up to Gilmac for the scouting. Gilmac, my friend, how many times can you use your wild shape, and how long does it last?
It lasts for 3 hours now, and my wild shape, I have 2. I can use it twice for short rest.
I mean, ultimately that works for plan A.
It
So,
does ultimately, unless I, somehow get found and that shape dies. Then that
Mac, if you get found, I will
brings-
ride headlong into the gates and
Right.
knock unconscious any man in my path.
All right. Well, then I think to be least conspicuous, spider shape would be the best way to go.
that's honestly, yeah, that makes sense. Before you do though, I'll hand Gilmac my bag of holding.
And just for the record, so we're planning on me taking it in. I'd have to come out of shape, shove this man into that bag of holding, shape again, and retreat.
Well, yes, but actually, in reality, I'm going to cast invisibility on you, so as to, hold on, let's see. Anything the target invisible target ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So you're going to be invisible the entire time. Wild
Oh.
shape isn't a spell, so
Correct.
you're as a spider, you're gonna go in still invisible, and shape out. You can still be heard. Unfortunately, I have yet to invent magic that can muffle your voice as well. You will have to inform the person to get in the bag if they want to be brought out.
All right.
I have a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you could write on a piece of paper any messages you would want this man to hear. That way you can avoid speaking in a place where guards may be nearby.
Truth.
I am not capable of writing myself, but I know that some of you are.
All right. If you have paper,
I would
that
give him
will happen. That can happen. Paper or
I do
parchment.
not have paper either.
inventory. Let's see.
I have a pencil of charcoal taken from a fire. I can
Yeah.
make crude markings with it.
Let's see. You guys got some little bit of parchment, those documents, right? I guess you could tear a little piece off and write a message. I'll let you do it.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Tell him to.
Mortimer's gonna
get in the
have
bag.
some paper too.
All right.
Indeed.
You guys write a
All
message.
right, let me just cast a spell.
What's your message say?
Well, we're not... Let's see, invisibility. How long does invisibility last? It lasts an hour as long as you don't attack or do anything. So yeah, we could cast a spell from really far away and just have him invisible on approach. Like no need to cast a spell even in the radius of the prison, just in case it leaves a residue that can be tracked. Just cast it in a random field or farm way off.
Now the prison
that,
is actually kind of small. There's like a fence that goes around it, but you could actually just kind of circumvent the perimeter if you wanted while you're scouting. That is an option before you go in, so you guys can pick the right approach.
Does anyone else possess the invisibility spell or enhance ability, or is stealth?
I do have the pass without trace spell.
Okay, so all of this is stuff that we're gonna want to cast way before we even get to the prison. Best to tread lightly where the Inquisition might be concerned.
I do have
Very well.
enhanced ability.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we're going to be casting invisibility on Gilmac, which I'll be holding concentration on. Kenneth will cast enhance ability on him, holding concentration on that, and Gilmac will use pass without a trace.
I think you have to stay near the person for pass without a trace, though. I think.
Well, Gilmac is the one casting it, so he's going to be near himself. So.
By the way, while we're looking at it from a distance, Remission pulls out a fancy-looking telescope from his bag. This was taken from the turtle man who was allowed to escape. And he's looking at it from a distance, and he folds up the telescope. Oh, yes, I'm sorry for neglecting to mention this till now. I know these are quite valuable. I've always wanted one. But if you would like to wrest it from my hands, I suppose I would allow that. It is of a lot of value.
I'd like to. I'm not gonna snatch it from him or anything. I would like to circle, like, before we cast any spells. I'd like from across the fields. I'd circle the prison with the spyglass or an investigation.
Right, I'll give it to him.
I'm investigating like the location of the windows and how the bar, like which locations have the most, to see where the prisoners would be kept and where it would be more like a guardhouse would be.
All right, he's casing the joint with a telescope.
Okay. Gilmac, when you're ready to scout, just go ahead and move on in.
All right, so I'm in spider form.
Okay.
All right.
And you're also in. Hold on, let me expend. Let me actually just cast the spell so that I can expend the spell slot. Yep.
An invisible spider.
An invisible spider that's also silent because of pass without a trace.
Nice.
So is it safe to assume I wouldn't have to technically open these doors to crawl in?
Underneath.
I am going to say that you do need to open them, but I'm going to say that you don't. They're not actually open. You just go past them. Anytime you open a door, it will not be, a thing. Can you guys see Gilmac's vision?
No.
Nope.
Okay, maybe I should let that. Maybe I should
All
let that happen.
I see is the gray fog of war.
I am going to give everybody control of Gilmac. Do not look at his stuff. Just pay attention to his. I'm giving you guys.
Do not look at the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to get bored.
Not look.
So there you go. You should be able to see Gilmac's vision now.
By the way, out of curiosity, is this a wall right here? The thing that's to the south of Charger?
South of Charger.
On the right-hand side of the map.
Right-hand side of the map. Do you guys still see Gilmac and the right-hand side of the map? Yeah,
yes,
that's a wall there.
I can see from
Oh yeah, that thing.
Gilmac.
That's like
Okay,
that's like a stair step. Yes. Can you still see
okay,
Gilmac's
so it could
vision?
be climbed up.
I could see Gilmac, but now I can't anymore.
All
Hold
right,
on.
well, let me change it again.
See.
Can you now see
Oh, there it
Gilmac's
is.
vision?
I should be able to. Hold on.
Yeah, I can see Gilmac's vision.
Excellent. All right, Gilmac.
By the way,
Mortimer cannot.
Oh, Mortimer cannot? What?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, it's
never
gone
mind.
again. I
Never
can't.
mind. All right, here, there you go. You guys should be good now. All right, so the front desk is brightly lit by candles. There is an attentive soldier
There it
standing at a desk and a book for visitors to sign in at. Only authorized visitors are allowed entry, is said on the book. Looking further in, you can see 2 double-decker steel doors made of metal bars that lead further into the prison. To the left, you see some offices. This is from Gomac's perspective.
Right. So I tried to get into these doors and it won't let me.
Yeah, they're locked, but I'm going to unlock them because you are spider form, so you can
Spider-Man.
slide on through. So now you can go.
Excellent, thank you.
There's 2 doors that lead further left and right after you go past this double-decker door. There are 2 guards here. They appear to be just standing at attention.
All right, I'm just going to keep moving through to where I think our prisoner is being kept. And as I get into here, I think I see who was described to me as Nero. Man, there's a lot of people in here. I really hope this doesn't go awry.
Probably should have discussed if maybe we could have jailbroke somebody else that looks interesting.
So yeah,
No,
in
I
this
think-
area the prison block has 4 rectangular tables in the center for meals. Each of the prison cells have metal fences and a locked door with a keyhole. There you see Nero. Let me guys give you a better look at what Nero looks like. He is a bluish green merfolk with a nasty burn across his face, kind of an aquamarine hair. His eyes are a bit gray. He looks like a studious type, someone that would go to the library. And he's not armed, so he's unarmed right now. It looks like Nero is laying down in the bed.
And are these like prisoners who are out having their meal or something in the middle of the room?
Yes, they are. Those guys are eating
Right.
or otherwise talking with each other. Hey, how'd you get caught? Oh, I fell asleep on the wagon out of town. Oh, that's so unlucky, says some of them. Stuff like that.
Righteous.
All right, so I mean, essentially, I'm going to be crawling into this cell with Nero.
Okay. Nero does not notice you.
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna position myself. So he said he's on the bed, right?
Yeah, he's laying down on the bed.
Okay, so I am going to basically make it so that way I am in a position to where I can't be seen at all, best as possible. So far into the room, as far as I can get. And above the table, guys, let me know this. So I'm supposed to come out of shape, hold the note up in the bag, and get this man into the bag.
Wait, okay, so tell me what happens.
Get in the bag.
So you're in position, and what do you do?
I was asking to clarify with the party about the plan.
The plan is to get out of shape, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
perhaps under his bunk for a while, and just lie down there. Pass him the notes that he needs to get in the bag. Because if you appear right behind him, either people in the, the thing are gonna see, or he will scream because a man just appeared right behind him. So get under his bunk, pass him the notes. Like if you tap him on the foot or something, lightly, gently, don't grab his leg or anything. Pass him the notes and hand over the bag so that he can, get in.
Excellent. That's what happens. I'm under the bed.
Okay.
Come out of shape.
You're under the bed. You come out of shape.
Correct.
What do you do?
The note, I kind of reach up and I put the note next to his arm.
So he doesn't even notice you, right? He's laying down, resting his eyes, and then a note just slides across his arm. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?"
What did we make the note say?
The note says, "We're here to rescue you. Get in the bag."
So he's reading the note, and he takes it a couple seconds, like, what? And he doesn't even notice you, Gilmac. He can't see under his bed, and he's like, starts to get up, and he's like, what's going on here?
Gilmac starts to whisper. He says, "Get in the bag."
He turns and noticing you for the first time. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. How do you get in here? This is my cell. As you begin to draw attention.
Lower than 10?
Begin to draw attention as people are noticing you. You must act quickly.
I try to tell him to be quiet and say it.
He's still invisible. Gilmac, he near wouldn't see him. He'd only hear him say.
Oh, okay. So let me restart this here. What? There's nobody here. And he's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go back to bed then.
In a whispering voice, he says, "We're here for Zarra. Come with me. Get in the bag."
And he looks around. He's like, what the hell? Who are you?
And then I just kind of like
unimportant.
Shake the bag, like kind of like, yeah, out so he can see it. Shake. So now he's seeing a bag rustling around.
Look, I don't know who you are, Mr. Bag, but I ain't not going with you. Okay.
Persuasion. I want to tell him that his boss, the vampire guy, sent us here.
Oh.
And this is a breakout plan to get him out.
Excellent. You gain inspiration, Gilmac. Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage.
Yep.
As your whispering has drawn some attention, you have 2 minutes.
Where's my sheet? Here we go. Attributes. Persuasion.
Advantage.
I'll give you 5 minutes until people notice something.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna use.
Well, what is it?
I was gonna use the inspiration.
Yeah, use the inspiration. Go ahead, roll again. I subtracted it for you. Save you some time.
So Black.
Gilmac, I'd like to give you one of my inspiration.
Okay, yep. And looks like you okay. Stone Blackwell has subtracted inspiration. All right, Mr. Bag, I believe you. And he hops in the bag of holding. People do not notice. They will not notice for another 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Gilmac must act quickly.
Okay, so back in, I do my last shapeshift back into a spider, and the spider's gonna crawl out and leave the cell. Son of a. Get out. I want to go. There we go.
Go kidnap the cook real quick.
I'm not getting a cook. He's just making his way as fast as his little spider legs can carry him.
But then, on the distance, I'm going to pause the timer here. Remishton, do you have a friend that you made when you were a bandit that you want to introduce to the story?
Well, I guess I haven't prepared an NPC myself, but yeah, while we're sitting there, I'm gonna just talk about let's see, seeing all those prisoners gives me flashbacks, and this is why Walter Michigan's he's got his spyglass back from Nicholas, I think, and he's watching the prison. He kind of circled the premises and looked through the windows from a distance, because I could see just by moving my token, I could see into the cells. Does that mean that you could kind of see the people inside of them from outside? Or is that an error?
See the people from the outside. You can see the people in the prison cells.
That's what I meant, yeah. If I were to circle from a distance from behind, I would be able to see.
You can see some of them. There's some windows. Some of them have windows. Some of them don't.
Yeah, from the windows.
Yeah, maybe you see. Yeah, you see your friend in the spyglass.
All right. And What just for the NPC purposes, which of the NPCs would they be? Like, would it be like a highwayman, a henchman, a poisoner, a
No, you
pit fighter?
decide. You decide. We'll leave that open. You can make that NPC, but that NPC, that friend of yours, is in prison here, and you spotted him, and you can
Okay, I'm
make
gonna
that
say
NPC later.
okay. In the cell
Mortimer,
next to mine, when I was gonna okay, go ahead.
yeah, Mortimer, you can also make an NPC here because I know that your past is a little bit dark, so maybe someone got wrapped up in prison.
Hmm.
See, and in fact, anyone can if your backstory allows, you can make an NPC here if you wish.
Not
But
mine.
anyway, going back to what I was saying, seeing all those prisoners gives me flashbacks. This prison isn't nearly as secure as the one I was kept in. We're isolated here. Now, as I was riding around, I saw a man, someone from my past. This man, when I was gonna have my hands chopped off, those years ago, he kept me company for the month before the event. And, well, he helped me to, keep my head on straight. I figure if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have had the wherewithal to take advantage of what happened when when the newcomers broke us free and staged a part of me wants to repay this man and break him out as well. He might have skills that could be helpful to us if we can do so. There's a lot of prisoners in there, and not that many guards. Perhaps if we could do something, we could create chaos and allow for an escape of my friend.
All right. Now going back to Gilmac, what are you gonna do?
Okay, I don't know if I heard all that, but I'm running out. I'm running out.
Gilmac
Still.
didn't hear all of
All right. Well, you make a smooth getaway. Well done. Everybody gets for the role playing, the chess. I think everyone's gonna get 950 experience points.
it. Wow.
There you go. And you guys make a smooth getaway. Well done. Nobody is alerted, and you can speed off into the distance before the alarm is even raised. It was a smooth jailbreak.
Now,
Well,
will there be a chance to come back later at another later time and try to rescue my friend, or is it likely that this is the only chance we'll get?
You can always come back if you guys create that adventure or one of the things you want to do in the adventure.
Yeah, I think that's a good hook
Yes.
for like a future adventure of something I'd want to try to do.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean like if since they're in prison, it doesn't mean like they're hardened criminals. It could just be like they were
Yeah,
a witness or they were like one night in jail kind of deal, or maybe they
Political
were
opponents.
detained. It doesn't.
Hell yeah.
Your
Uh,
NPC doesn't need to be like a hardened criminal, a lifer, or anything like that. Don't worry about that.
gotcha.
A prison
Knowing the
riot.
mission,
Public
though, it probably is.
All right, but yeah, there it is. Well done. You guys make your getaway. Now you're back on
Ooh.
the map. What do you do now?
I'm
Time to
I'll
abscond
pick
with
him out
this
of the
guy.
bag.
Yeah.
We'll
Gilmac will
pick him
then
out of the bag.
wherever we're at, we probably, gather around a campfire or something, and Gilmac comes out of his spider form, and this guy was invisible and made very, very small. But now he's back in the world. And
Did he suffocate in the bag of holding, or is there enough air in there or something?
Yeah, there's
Can't
enough air.
remember
You
what the
got
rules
you
are.
got it.
Yeah,
You got
10
time.
minutes.
It was 10 minutes. Okay.
Right,
All
so
right.
he-
Oh wow, it's really actually quite bad in that bag. But yeah, thank you. You got us out, and Nero. Beside Nero is Zarra.
Oh, where did she come from? Was she with us the whole
She was
time?
shadowing you
Or
guys.
Okay.
And it's like, hey. So Zarra says, Nero, I am Zarra, former priestess of the Drow. I have dealings with your master, whose name cannot be spoken, in the location that is secret. You know of what I speak. I saw your distress call in the reports, in the rumors, and we have come to save you. Now we request a formal audience with your master. And Nero responds, reluctantly at first, uncomfortable, but finally he acquiesces and he says, yes, I can take you there. But be warned, if you visit my master, you will not be allowed to leave until he gives you permission. He turns to all of you. Is that acceptable?
Just
I'm
what
game.
conditions would he require of us before he allows us to leave? Permission says, stroking
I
his
would
chin.
not require anything, but he would require many things. I do not know what they are.
What sort of things does he usually require? You seem familiar with him.
Absolute secrecy. You notice that we cannot speak his name, and we cannot speak where he is, the location. If we did, something terrible would happen to us. And so if you go there, you'll have to keep the secret as well. There's a really important reason why we must keep this secret. Something that I cannot reveal without his leave and explicit permission.
That is valid. I respect secrecy, having been a man of secrecy myself. That doesn't sound unreasonable.
One doesn't live a very long life as one of his kind without learning to keep her lips sealed. So this is a reasonable request.
Okay. Well, in that case, my ship is moored just 10 miles to the north of the prison. It's anchored there and waiting for us to travel. I have a ship of worthy, strong, orcish workers and sailors ready to depart. If you want to join me, but unfortunately, as you may have noticed, I was caught and imprisoned for smuggling. And they have recorded the name of my ship and provided a description to the various frigates and sloops and battleships that this country of Ventus has patrolling around Blue Harbor, around the City of Glass. I'm sure they'll search us once they find out that we've escaped, or I've escaped. So, I don't know if we'll be able to get away that way. We can certainly try if you want.
Zarra, you mean to say that in the last 2 or 3 days you've been captured? Or was this previous?
No, Zarra was not captured. I'm just talking about, he's talking about himself. Nero clarifies,
I'm sorry.
Nero says, if I am caught on the ship and they search the ship, I will be imprisoned again. And I will not be able to give you an audience if I am. So, how do you want to get away?
Is there a land route we could take? Perhaps take a few extra days or weeks, perhaps? And get you there more safely?
I don't know of any road. I am a merchant in the guilds, and I can tell you that there is no road that I know of that traders use or merchants use that goes to where we need to go. I guess we could have the ship meet us at a location if you want. Maybe, anywhere along the coast.
Indeed. That's what I was going to suggest. We simply pass a message to your crew to want to sail out of the City of Glass's sphere of influence, and we'll meet them along the coast, somewhere where we're less likely to be boarded and searched.
Well, as soon as we cross the red line that leads between the City of Glass and Blue Harbor, that's where the patrols are usually, the battleships, the frigates. So if we can pass the red line, then we'll be out of their patrol range, and they won't be able to. They won't search the ship anymore. So anything outside of there would be good.
Well, that's fine then. I see. We'll pass the message along, and we'll meet with the crew, tell them to move ahead, and go on.
All right. Well, where do you want us to go? Who is the party leader? Party navigator. Where do you want their ship to meet you?
I don't see a whole lot on the map, so it's hard for me to make a decision.
You don't see. Well, I guess you don't. Yeah, it's outside of It's the frontier.
We explored.
Yeah. Does anybody have any, I guess, knowledge of such a place where we could dock, or a port that is outside of the city glass's realm of influence?
Yeah, there is no port out there, unfortunately, says Nero. There's only wilderness, so you'd have to just draw an X in the map somewhere.
Kenneth, you're familiar
If-
with seafaring. Perhaps you could find or help us figure out the best location for a mooring or a meeting place.
Yeah, I might know a couple of spots where the rocks are just right for ships to dock. I can't remember if there's any nearby. Are there any nearby? What kind of check would that be?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, beyond the explored frontier that's revealed on the map, it's unexplored. So there's no knowledge available to adventurers. It might be available to the rich. It might be available to like a master wizard that travels around, but available to you, nope. Now, your
I have an
experience
idea.
as a pirate, it might give you knowledge on certain hideaways, by the red lines. Hideaways, you can kind of go there and hide a little bit. But if you hide there and then you leave, you're going to be at risk of being searched.
Hold on, I have an
provisions-
idea.
But
There's I can see a little green within, like, that we can see just past the City of Glass, also past the red line right here.
Okay.
Would it be possible to pay for voyage on a normal ship, like an exploration vessel of some kind?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be under suspicion. I could use alter self. Well, hold on. Does alter self only work on me?
I
Yes,
think
only on
Samwise
you.
was talking about
Yes.
his kids doing something similar.
Yes, indeed. Although that is important.
Yeah,
So
that's okay. We can
could
keep
pay
this
for
mission under
4.
wraps for a while.
Indeed.
Okay, so you can charter a boat. I can make you pay a few gold pieces. You'd easily be able to get there. The problem is once you get there, right, and you board the Orcish ship, and you're heading beyond the other trade route between the City of Glass and Blue Harbor, you might be searched because the description and your ship are very suspicious, since you have someone that, Nero, the captain of their ship, is escaped, and now the ship is going out into the high seas. They're going to search it if they find you. It's not just around the City of Glass that they're going to have battleships and naval vessels. It's going to be all along the trade routes that they're going to be patrolling.
perhaps
But
Gilmac could turn into a bird? Can Gilmac do such things?
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't have the ability to do that quite yet.
Just got a couple
Well.
more levels.
I do
So-
have this spyglass. Perhaps
Perhaps-
we could sail the other way as soon as we see a ship on the edge of the horizon.
I mean, I think we're overlooking an even simpler solution to just charter a different ship, swearing the crew to secrecy of the location.
I
So
mean,
we're-
Nero shakes his head.
are-
I'm not breaking another ship to that location.
Yeah. Sailors talk. It's kind of their thing.
You wouldn't
is
happen to
there?
have a merchant buddy who owes you a favor or anything, would you, Nero?
I do not. Not one that would be willing to commit illegal activities. That would be it would ruin their reputation and among the guilds.
Hold on a second.
You know,
During my downtime activity, the carousing downtime activity, I got a total of 20, meaning I do get, or I guess 19 if you don't add the second thing, but I do get 2 noble background, like 2 contacts of the noble background. Would I be
Yeah.
able to ask one of them? I have already used one of my contacts.
They
to
will
pawn
not
off the
do
asset.
illegal things for you, and this is an illegal thing.
Oh, I don't mean like ask them to smuggle us. I'm talking about ask them for knowledge of the lands beyond what we've explored.
Okay. Yeah. They would
like
be
the,
happy to help
map.
you. Well done using that downtime. You gain inspiration. They will tell you you've expended one of your uses. I think the other one you used to sell the potions,
Sell
right?
the acid. Yep.
So you've used both of them.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yes, they do tell you that there is a place See, the wood elves, the xenophobic colony of wood elves, they have a port that you can dock at. Because even though they're xenophobic, they do fish, and they do explore, and they do go into dungeons. And so you know that there is a port along these forest wetlands to the southeast. It's just beyond the edge of our explored territory. So it's right here around where the blackness meets the
Wow.
so it's over there.
And for
is
us,
the
the
port.
blackness ends like right here. This is where the blackness ends for the players.
Yeah, for the players, but you guys, it should be a fog of war, right? You guys see?
Yep.
We only
Yeah,
see
we can
like
only
a
see like
really small
here.
spot.
Wait, you don't see?
We can see up here too. We can see a little like triangular bubble to
All right,
the
wait a second.
Yeah,
north.
we can see.
Okay, now it kind of looks like a penis.
Now it looks like a cube or something.
All right.
It's working its way back.
We're flying.
There. You guys should be able to
We're
see
looking at
everything
a
now.
Flying through the air.
Now we can
with
see.
the greatest of ease.
Yeah.
Oh
whoops.
yes, much better.
That all should be. You guys have a map, so I thought you guys saw all that
Yeah, we
gray
have a
area,
map.
but apparently you didn't. Now
Nope.
tell me if you can see everything there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see a bunch more stuff.
Yeah. So
Now the blackness ends here.
So which side of that red line makes us vulnerable?
I think it's
Or is
just
it just crossing the red
line.
line as a whole?
crossing. Oh well, it's like imagine like a few miles, like 3 or 4 miles, 5 miles around the red line is where their patrols are going to be.
Ah,
All right. Now you guys should be able to see
And
everything.
looking at Nero through the scary looking mask, I'm gonna say, and where might what part of these seas might we be going towards? I only ask because it might be useful for determining where we're getting on our boat to avoid crossing the minimum lines, you see.
I cannot tell you where.
Well, then how are we going to
Well-
avoid crossing the patrols?
I can tell you it will not be going toward Ventus. That's for sure. So you don't need to worry about that. Once we get there, we will not be going toward Ventus.
I'm gonna point to a spot like around here on the map and say or
Here,
even to
here.
yeah, to whatever, if there is somewhere in that vicinity that Cider's contact was able to tell him about, I would question our new captain if that would be a viable location to sail from to avoid patrols.
Yeah, I think like we can have my ship meet you there, and they'll be able, even though they're searched a few times, they'll be able to get there since they're not carrying any contraband anymore, and they won't be carrying me.
Excellent.
The only question is how are we gonna get there?
Well, I will walk, of course. Or perhaps charter a
see.
ship.
If we're short on time, chartering a ship, a different ship to at least get us as close as possible to that location would be best.
Well, I mean, we could. Just I hope no one, I hope they don't, after they discover I'm missing, I hope they don't spread my description to everybody and the authorities. And hopefully nobody spots us and reports us to the guards, otherwise we might be surrounded on the ship or on the dock. It sounds a bit risky.
That's a
Given
good
the-
point.
Why don't
Given the
only just
xenophobic nature. Sorry, continue.
Now, the xenophobic nature of the Wood Elves, they probably won't be in communication with the authorities here in the country of Ventus. They are in active negotiations with combining with the Republic, but they are not in the Republic. They're like a separate country, so they're not going to do anything. If we can go into their territory, I'm sure that officials from the country of Ventus will not be able to pursue us. The problem is, I have no idea what the Wood Elves will do.
Meh.
So where on the map is the point, like the harbor he's talking about?
Yeah, say over here. Let's say, well, I'll make a little thing for it.
All right. Looking at the map and thinking about the distance, Remission's gonna kind of like do some counting on his fingers and say, it should take maybe 4 days of travel to get there if we make good time. How would that look in your timetable, Zarra?
Looks good. You can do that.
Well, why not avoid the harbor altogether and hoof it through the wilds? Maybe we'll see some interesting bears.
Yeah. Honestly, we just avoid any towns, cities, or villages where you might be recognized. Simply, we send one person if we ever run low on supplies. You send one person to purchase them, and that person obviously isn't you, the wanted criminal. We and we hoof it all the way there, so that there is no need for anyone to lay eyes on you, and we leave their jurisdiction before you can be caught.
I
And you
love
said
this
it would
idea.
take 4 days. It would take 4 days to
Mortimer's up for the
Yeah,
idea.
over there?
probably about, give or take.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna send
Maybe
word
some-
to the mine for mining to be done.
Okay. You got it. The mine
While I'm still in the
responds
City of
jubilantly, and they continue the work without you. And you guys should see a little ping out there. It's all safe harbor. That is the Wood Elves
Yeah.
harbor.
Yeah, only 4 days if we make good time. If it's slower, it might take 5 or 6.
All right,
Just to
with
be
me,
safe,
as long
we're
as-
passing by the city of Glass. I don't suppose we could get a foldable boat while we're in that city, could we?
That technology has not been invented, but you could try, and maybe. Yeah, technology hasn't been invented. It's not going to work out.
So much to invent, so little time.
We'll be on the seas soon enough. You're not afraid of walking in the meantime, are you?
I'm loving that
No,
idea.
I just like to have an escape plan whenever I find myself on the seas. I haven't gone back since I got off the last ship.
All right.
Well, there's always swimming, right?
What a
And
joke.
in case you haven't noticed, I'm wearing chainmail. Not exactly
suppose I won't-
conducive to
You'll be fine.
By the way, would my horse fit on this ship, or should I leave it with somebody before we depart?
It looks like no one's interested.
What?
Do what?
Can you hear us, Austin?
Yeah, I can hear you. Would you just repeat it for everyone else? Maybe they didn't hear you.
Oh, I was asking if my horse fits on the ship.
Yes,
Or
your
if
horse
I should
fits on
leave
the
it in
orcish ship for sure. You're good.
Okay. Okay. That's the only thing I was asking, I think, other than talking about going on foot. I think we're in agreement for that.
All right. So you guys set off